ჩვენ დღეს გვინდა შემოგთავაზოთ საკმაოდ საინტერესო ინტერვიუ ადამიანთან, რომელიც თავად არის ჩემთვის პირადად იერუსალიმი და მოდი ახლა ვთხოვოთ თვითონ წარმოგვიდგინოს თავისი თავი.
My name is Abu ვალიდ Dajani. I was born in Jerusalem in 1944 from a Muslim family.
რამდენადაც მე ვიცი, თქვენი ოჯახი მე-15 საუკუნეში უკვე ჩამოვიდა იერუსალიმში. Ai მოგვიყევით, საიდან მოხვედით იერუსალიმში და სად დამკვიდრდნენ?
The Dajani family, they came 4 brothers from Morocco in the 1500 to Jerusalem. Now the family is all over the world. They came to Palestine at that time, and then one of the most important thing in history of the Dajani family is that we were the guardians of King David's tomb on Mount Zion, where the last dinner took place.
Yes.
Our family owns actually Mount Zion from the 1500 until 1948. Our houses are there, but unfortunately they were confiscated.
და რატომ მოხდა იმ ადგილის ჩამორთმევა? როგორც მე ვიცი, არ ვიცი რამდენად სწორია, რომ დღეს ის ტერიტორია ისევე სასამართლო დავაშია და არც ერთ რელიგიას და კონფესიას არ ეკუთვნის მე მგონი.
You see, I will put to divide the question into 2. The war took place in 1948 here in Palestine at that time. So we left our homes on Mount Zion, hoping to come back, but of course we never came back. It was confiscated by the Israeli government. Now the other issue is very important to note that in 2004, a Jewish radical group bought the house or made a long-term agreement, lease, with what's so-called Ateret Kohanim, an extremist Jewish group, for 99 years and to be renewed for 99 years. So since 2005, when it appeared in the newspaper, until today, personally, I have bad dreams because these people, they did not accept the contract that I made with the Greek Orthodox Church since 1949. That was my father who made it. And now, unfortunately, we are in court and they want that I leave the property for them. Of course, leaving the property is difficult for me, is difficult for everybody. Yes. I want to mention here to stress that His Beatitude, Theophilus III, is now my very close friend in Jerusalem. And as he said one day, Abu Amir, we are in one boat and I will fight, you will fight with me in court to get the property back to the church. As you know, the hotel is located on Jaffa Gate, which is the main entrance to the old city. It is the main entrance to all churches and mosques. So it is a very strategic location. I want to mention something else which is very important here to record in history. 658, Khalifa Umar ibn al-Khattab, the Muslim Khalifa, came to Jerusalem and he conquered Jerusalem. And who was there on Jaffa Gate to welcome him? The Patriarch Sophronius of the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate. So he welcomed him, and they went to visit the Holy Sepulchre, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. So during that time, it was the time of prayer. So the Patriarch Sophronius, the Greek Orthodox at that time, told Umar ibn al-Khattab, the Khalifa, you may pray now here. He said, no, because if I pray, then in the future, there will be problems between Christians and Muslims. So he took a stone and he threw a stone, and where the stone dropped, he went there and prayed. And today, 100 meters outside the Holy Sepulchre, there is a mosque called Umar ibn al-Khattab. So the Greek Orthodox Church has been, since day one, involved inside the old city, and they care about the properties. And of course, His Beatitude, Theophilus III, has big worries today in order to get back the property that the late patriarchs of Irenaeus signed this agreement.
მე მაინტერესებს ასეთი რამ. თქვენ მოხვედით მე-15 საუკუნეში, ასე ვთქვათ, და მას შემდეგ გავიდა ძალიან დიდი დრო. და ამ დროში უამრავი ისტორია იყო. ცხადია, სიონისთვის გარდა სხვა ტერიტორიებსაც ფლობდით ალბათ და გარკვეული როლიც ითამაშეთ ამ ქალაქის ისტორიაში. აი მაინტერესებს რა იყო მე-15 საუკუნის შემდეგ ამაზე რომ ვისაუბროთ.
When the family came over from Morocco a long time ago, and we settled some part of the family on Mount Zion, and part of the family settled in what's so-called now West Jerusalem, which is now occupied by the Israeli government. We cannot go back to our houses. We, personally, I can say, our family, we are what's so-called Palestinian refugees, because we left our homes and we never came back. Although now our homes are only 10 minutes walk from the hotel to West Jerusalem. Part of the family has been on Mount Zion, and then the younger generation, they left. Now they are all over the world scattered. Of course, at that time, either for education or for work. And I must say, I could say the Dajani family now, they are settled in Jerusalem, many of them inside the old city as businessmen, and of course, they are settled now all over the world.
იცით რა მინდა გკითხოთ, მე ვიცი რომ თქვენ განსაკუთრებული თბილი დამოკიდებულება გაქვთ ქრისტიანების მიმართ. თქვენ გაქვთ ძალიან მეგობრული დამოკიდებულება იერუსალიმის პატრიარქთანაც, იმიტომ რომ ყველგან აქ ხედავ მის პორტრეტებს, თქვენს ფოტოებს პატრიარქთან ერთად. მე მინდა ახლა გკითხოთ თქვენი და უშუალოდ იერუსალიმის პატრიარქის მეგობრობის შესახებ.
You see, not only I have excellent relationship with His Beatitude, but also I was the director and founder of a Catholic university at Bethlehem for 25 years. So I worked even with Christians, with the Catholics for 25 years. Then I came to this hotel in 1995 on full-time basis because my brother passed away. And I always have had excellent relations with the church. There is a very important here I want to note that many people now today, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, they tell me, Abu Amir, the house has been sold away in 2004. So we were offered money to leave. Why should you worry here and stay for this time? This is not your problem. The people, they don't know sometimes in the soul and in the heart of this building here. When I was 6 years old, I was here on the balcony. I was always with my father. But the thing, very touching affair happened, and I have great respect for the Greek Orthodox Church since then, because in 1967, the war broke out between Israel and 3 Arab countries of Arab. The second day of the war, I was at home and my father was with me. I was the youngest in the family. So I told my father, Daddy, I want to go to the hotel and see what happened with the hotel because of the war. I came back. I came walking and running from where I live 5 miles away, and then through the old city, coming up to the road of the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, At the entrance of the Patriarchate at that time, I have met the director of the finance department at that time, 1949, when my father was here. 1967 was my father had excellent relations with the church. So he told me, Abu Walid, how is Papa? And I started crying. He said, what's the problem? I started crying. I said nothing. He said, what's the problem? How is Papa? I said, he's okay. He said, look here. He put his hand in his pocket and gave me at that time a bunch of money. And he told me, give this to Papa. And when things will be okay, I'll get the money. So the problem here is something within the soul. It is something within you.
Yes.
That's why I have great respect for the Greek Orthodox Church. And until today, my children will continue on the same level between the Greek Orthodox Church and His Beatitude and ourselves. In this hotel, during the good days, His Beatitude always stressed on one thing, that I own the property, irrespective what the Israelis have made a contract with Irenaeus to take the place away, but he is still the landlord. And he comes here often. He meets with the ambassadors, with the consul generals, with the top VIPs in the EU, with the World Council of Churches, to show the whole world that his soul is here, his love is here, his love is on Jaffa Gate, to protect the Christian heritage on Jaffa Gate. For him, this is something I have great respect for his beatitude, and we always try our best together. Now we have problems in court, but as much as he believes in the church and in Christianity, I also believe in God. And I hope that one day this property will go back to the church. Now, when you came, George and Surab, and I saw the icon, maybe you did not see, but I have tears in my eyes, because for me, although I'm a Muslim, this is something, a blessing from God that you came here and you are in this modest house, humble house, as we say. And when I saw your picture, your photo with his beatitude, having the icon with you in the church, and me looking by myself also, taking pictures with the icon. And I want to ask you one thing, maybe I will carry part of the icon also and take a picture, because also this is a blessing for me, it's a blessing for God. That's my love to Christianity. This is my love to all people in the world.
მადლობა დედი. რამიდე თვითკითხოთ, თქვენ ძალიან განათლებული ადამიანი ბრძანდებით და მინდა კითხოთ, რა იცით ქართველებს და საქართველოს?
You see, my family visited Georgia. My wife, my daughter, my grandchildren went to Georgia. And of course, when they came back, they talked about humanity and the hospitality and the food of the Georgian people. They were extremely happy. They were shocked. It's another culture. It's something else. But my niece and nephew said, Daddy, Grandpa, these people, they have always this smile on their faces, which we don't see in other places of the world. But the smile of these Georgians is with them. They are born hospitable. They are born to be kind. And that's why they have really enjoyed the pictures of Georgia. They went out in the suburbs and they were stunned by the beautiful mountains, and the good food and the good service. So I hope one day I'll be able, before I die, I visit Georgia as well.
I hope. და ბოლო კითხვა რაც მაქვს, სასტუმროდ მინდა მაყურებელს უთხრა, რომ ეს სასტუმრო არის იაფოს კარიბჭის შესმოსასვლელში. პრინციპში მე მიჭირს წარმოთქვა სიტყვა სასტუმროც კი, მიუხედავად იმისა, რომ ამაში თუ ცხადი არაფერი არ არის. ეს სასტუმრო ჩემთვის არის კულტურული მემკვიდრეობის ძეგლი და ჩემთვის ეს სასტუმრო და ეს გარემო არის ძეგლი თავის მფლობელებიანად. იცით, ეს ერთიანი დიდი კულტურა, რასაც აქ ნახულობ. მინდა ახლა ვკითხო ასეთი რამ, რომ ამ ისტორიულ სახლში, მოდი ასე ვთქვათ, რომ სახლში ძალიან ბევრი მოვლენა ხდებოდა. იყვნენ მწერლები, რომლებიც წერდნენ წიგნებს, იმართებოდა ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანი სადილებიც, მათ შორის მისი უნეტარესობის სადილებიც. მოდიოდნენ საინტერესო ადამიანები და მოდი ვკითხოთ, აი რა ხდებოდა ამ სახლში მთელი ამ პერიოდის მანძილზე, ვინ მოდიოდნენ აქ?
You see, Jerusalem actually itself, by itself, it is one of the most important places in the world. Why? Because you have the three monastic religions. You have the Christians, you have the Jews living here, you have the Muslims. The synagogues are there in Jerusalem, they are safe as ever. The mosques are there, they are safe as ever. And the old Christian sites are safe also in Jerusalem. So from Jerusalem and being on Jaffa Gate, it is something, a traditional house that we have, that every stone in this place talks to itself. From the 1900, when my father took the place in 1949, for example, this hall, my father made a cinema, the first cinema in Jerusalem at that time, to make some monies to start repairing. So traditionally, this here, for me, the place, you know, they say it's an old building, but for me, every small corner and stone talks to itself. It is history. You see, when I come through Jaffa Gate from here,
yes,
and I walk like this, I look to the walls here that we have in front of the hotel, and I talk to the walls. I can see sometimes these stones are smiling, sometimes they are crying. They have tears in my eyes. And this is where the plaza is called now Umar ibn al-Khattab Square. And as you see, still we try always to keep the building as is, in order to hopefully, I will try my best, my children will do the best, to keep this place. It is not only a house. It is not only stones, it is not only a building, it is heritage.
yes.
It's to keep the Christian heritage here on Jaffa Gate, because now from here you go to the Catholic place, Patriarchate, and from this side here you go to the Greek Orthodox.
Yes.
So I am in between the Catholics and the Greek Orthodox, and the Muslims here on one side when Umar ibn al-Khattab visited. So I have great responsibility towards this house, towards the heritage on Jaffa Gate, try to keep this hotel, humble hotel as we say. All over the world you have hotels, room, bathroom, and that's all. Here I have a small bathroom in the room, but I have much more. I have culture, heritage,
yes.
that you don't find anywhere else in the world. I read about many times and heard about the Georgian heritage when they came over long time to Palestine. They have built the Armenian church, they have built also the church, the other churches in Jerusalem, the Crusader church. So also I can understand, and the Georgian people, they understand what I mean by heritage and by keeping this heritage for generations to come. You know, one maybe small thing I would rather add, and my word would be to the Georgian churches, to the diplomat people, irrespective with who are they are the president of Georgia, to have more and closer relationship with the church in Jerusalem, which is the Greek Orthodox Church. I know his beatitude very well, Theophilus Luther. He has a big heart.
Yes.
He has a big heart. And from my experience with him, he is the avant-garde of Christianity in Jerusalem. And without the Georgian church, it is missing, I think, and I'm looking forward that the Georgians will come and visit more the Holy Land, visit more Jerusalem, and might have also a better relationship with his beatitude. George and Sorab, what you have done is nobody did before. So I say chapeau. I say chapeau. You have done a great job. You have put the cornerstone, and I hope when you go back, the head of state, the churches will listen to me, will listen to you, and say, well, yes, we were away for some time and we could come back. Not like what happened in the 1800s, the Georgians left and they never came back. I hope that you will come back and you will have better relationships with his beatitude. And there is no doubt also, along his beatitude, there is the chief of house, which is Aristarchos. Archbishop Aristarchos is a kind man as well. And I'm looking forward to see you back again with many people, with the heads of churches, with the president of Georgia, to come to Jerusalem, and the Georgians will come back. And this is, Sorab, it is because of you and because of George, and carrying the icon. This is something for me is very touching, and that icon is in the room. So I want to tell you one thing. The room that you have slept in, I will put a poster
Thank you so much.
of the icon, and I will say this is the Georgian room in the hotel. I will put it, and I will do it like what I did with a visitor, a Swedish visitor that came here in 1900, a Swedish writer. So the Georgians, when they come, they say, where's Sorab? And George has put the icon. I will tell him this room, and I will keep a poster. It was a great honor for me. I will do it.
Thank you so much.
It would be a great honor for us.
ბოლოს მე მინდა გადავუხადო მადლობა ამ ინტერვიუსთვის. მე მინდა გადავუხადო ამ ადამიანს მადლობა მისი არსებობისთვის. ჩვენ ძალიან ახლო მეგობრები ვართ. აი გამონაკლისი რაღაც განსაკუთრებული ურთიერთობები რომ ჩამოყალიბდება მეგობრული ადამიანებს შორის, აი ძალიან ახლო მეგობრული ურთიერთობა გვაქვს მე და გიორგის. ჩემთვის ეს ადამიანი არის ნამდვილი ლეგენდა, მართალი რომ გითხრათ, ეს ინტერვიუ ვერაფრით ვერ შეავსებს ისტორიას, ვერაფრით ვერ ამოწურავს ამ თემებს, მაგრამ ჩემთვის ეს არის მასწავლებელიც, მაჩვენებელიც იმისა, თუ მთელი ცხოვრების მანძილზე როგორ უნდა შეინარჩუნო ადამიანმა ღირსება ბოლომდე და მე სულ ყოველთვის ვამბობ, როდესაც იერუსალიმში ჩამოვდივარ, რომ ეს ადამიანია პირველ რიგში ჩემთვის იერუსალიმი, იმიტომ რომ იგი მოიცავს ყველაფერს. მინდა მადლობა გადავუხადო ყველაფრისთვის, დავემშვიდობო და ვუსურვო არ ვიცი, ვუსურვო ის, რომ ყველაზე მთავარი მან რაც შექმნა ეს საოცარი სამყარო იყოს იერუსალიმში, მანამ სანამ იერუსალიმი არსებობს.
Again would be, first of all, a big thank you to Tzorap and George. And you know, sometimes not these things, it happens by God. They could have stayed in another hotel. They could have stayed in luxury hotels. God has sent them here, with the icon here. It's a blessing for me that Tzorap and George came here. It's a gift from God. Always my father, I remember when I was young, he say, Walid, you know, Father, always God does not put money or blessings under your pillow. He gives you these blessings. And for me, your visit is a blessing. I will have to say it, and I will pass it to the Georgian people, that I have been blessed as much as they will be blessed by the icon. And I thank you again, and I'm looking forward really that this dream would come to reality, that you will come back again to Jerusalem, not only you, Tzorap and George, but I would love to see top officials in the government. I don't want to mention names, the head of states, the ministers, the heads of churches, the Georgian people as well, that they will come. And the Greek Orthodox Church is a mosaic piece of art. It is for all Christians in the world, Orthodox Christians. And sometimes we have to leave the passé behind our backs. Tzorap and George, you are making history. You can stay in Georgia and read a book and write a book. But for me, an old man, 8 years old, I must say that you are making history for the Georgian people, for the church, for the head of state, and I hope soon they will come back to and leave all these sometimes small misunderstanding aside and say, well, Jerusalem is for everybody, Christianity is for everybody, that all the churches will come back again together, safe and sound.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
إخواننا والموت قد هال دوننا وللموت حكم نافذ في الخلائق واعلم أن الكل لا بد لاحقين بعيشكم أو بالضجاع في الطرب